All right, welcome to episode 2 of Unhinged but Accurate. Oh,
I'm sorry.
can the crowd silence their fucking phones? Hello?
It was supposed to be. Yeah, it is. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, off to a great start, I will say.
We'll have
My phone
yes.
stays on silent. I mean, fuck. I guess I'll just turn my ringer on too.
Well,
Fuck.
yes. Anyway, guys, we just did
We
our
just got done recording our first episode. It was so much fun. Might be a little bit longer than an hour.
yeah.
Just
that's
giving y'all a taste. Giving y'all a taste of what the rest of the pod could
just
be.
because we can't keep our mouth
Shut the
shut.
fuck up. and
Also, it's like certified yapper.
Boots,
duh.
certified knife in the dark, I guess too.
So, today we're gonna have a more like a.
We're
I
gonna
guess-
try and be a little bit more. I'm gonna put a timer on, but or a stopwatch at least. But I think, and maybe y'all can let us know. Would y'all want like one off kilter episode and then one more structured and then just kind of alternate them? Do y'all really give a fuck? Are more than 5 people gonna watch this? Personally, at the very like at the baseline of it all, I'm gonna record the pod regardless. Like
Right.
at the end of the day, it's the end of the day. Like at the end of the day, I'm gonna still smoke a slim.
I'm
Like,
gonna be
what
in
are
the
we doing?
pit. I'm finna be in the
I'm
pit.
finna be in the pit. Like
Like-
that's what it comes down to. So if you would like, let us know. Where's my timer? Is it under alarms? No, clock.
Clock it.
Climber.
No, we're I'm gonna run that TikTok up. I'm
Boots.
gonna
Yes.
clip this.
Clip it, chat.
I am a social media girly and I've done marketing for 5 years, so
Crazy.
I'm like
Career.
I need to be doing this for me.
Yeah.
Because what the fuck am I doing?
Watch it ends up popping off, and we can actually build a career out of this. And then my students are like, "Wait, you run the pod? Shit, I don't know. I've always been told that I would be a really good YouTube personality.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to, but like who gaff? But like I also don't have the attention span to like sit and record and edit and upload and schedules and blah 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 blah.
The thing with me is it was my job, so I have to do it. And I'm like,
We're here.
We're here.
We're
Finally.
here at the pod. So
and he's great. Like he is like
I've always been told I'd be good.
Yeah,
for this kind of stuff.
All right.
The other thing is too, a lot of the time I'm just having this conversation internally in my head.
I do that too.
Medicated or not, bitch,
Are you
I've got a
medicated?
crowd. Yes and no. I had antibiotics for my surge, so my gut microbiome has been.
I meant like antidepressants.
Yes, at one point I did. Like when I first had my really bad thing that I went through, I was on 100 milligrams of Zoloft and 150 milligrams of Wellbutrin. Wellbutrin. Oh my god. Wellbutrin and I, Zoloft and I get along just fine. Like, oh my god, can we talk? I never really had any negative side effects with any antidepressants that I was on. But when I had my own life insurance again, I was like, I need to go get a physical and a checkup. It's been like almost 3 years. I would like to do blood work because I know my like diabetes and like hypertension, all this shit runs in my family, and I'm just kind of like trying to eat as healthy as I can and work out, and you know, I got all this shit going on. Like I just want to make sure that I'm good. So I talked to my doctor. I was like, I remember doing really well on Wellbutrin. Like if I needed to do something, if I needed to do laundry, it wasn't this whole like I gotta get up, I gotta do laundry, and then it's gonna be like 50 minutes, and then 50 minutes I'm gonna have to make lunch, and then I'm gonna have to clean doing lunch, and then I'm also gonna have to do that while like it shut the fuck up and get up and do the laundry.
So Wellbutrin is what helped.
Wellbutrin helped me with that because it's like
I need to talk to my psychiatrist.
It's like a
about
light
that.
stimulant from like it's a slight upper. Like it's not a stimulant in the same way that like Adderall is. So you're not getting hooked on like that spike. It kind of just lets you do the things that you need.
I need that because I'm
Yeah.
always like with everything, even with this, I'm like, but then I have to think of a name, and then we have to like find like all the technical stuff that goes behind it, and then we have to film, and then we have to get.
That's why I'm so thankful that she did it, because if it was on me, bitch, it's fuck. That was today. Okay, I was like, and at the last minute, you're just scrambling to get everything together.
Honestly, that's my life though. But
Yeah.
I thank God I did this for work because I had to figure out how to do all of this on my own and have no help. And my boss was like 71 at the time, and he was like, "What's the internet?" And I was just like, Google, YouTube. Their AI wasn't even a thing back then. Like,
it was, but it was not what the fuck it is now.
not what, like, people were like barely talking
AI
about
3 years ago, like
I'm talking
generative
about
AI.
5 years ago. Because
Girl, yeah, no.
I was still coming up with captions and like posts with my own noggin.
Hmm.
This noggin is,
She can only do so much.
I can only, my head hurts and I'm you're irritating me. One thing about these young hoes, I'm always irritated.
Young
like,
hoes easily irritated.
I'm
You know, my friends, my friends love watching baddies. I don't know if you watch baddies.
No, I don't.
I can't get into it. It's just like, it feels like brain rot content to me. My friends love watching baddies. And they're like, oh, Jocelyn was saying this about Krishan and they fought. And I end up sitting, like, we go over to someone's house for like a pregame. They're turning it on, and it's just bitches like screaming and hollering at each other. And someone said the young hoes on baddies are irritable because all they do is drink. The girls are hungry. The girls are irritable because they've had like half a Caesar salad and 3 shots of Don Julio and a shot of. They had like 3 shots of Don Julio and like a shot of Sir Davis. Like, what are we doing?
So it's like Bad Girls Club.
Yes, Natalie Nunn was on BGC.
Okay.
So she, I think, as far as I know, a hashtag real fan of baddies, a hashtag real baddie is gonna correct me in the comment section. Cool, thank you. Natalie Nunn was on baddies, and then I think she started talking to Zeus Network about revamping it. I will give Zeus Network their tons. They have episodes where they let all the beef out. The girls stand. They're literally like, we're getting a venue. Everyone's going to sit here. Fucking have at it. And it's literally like, bitch, you said this about me in this day. Oh, bitch, well, I said and they fight. Bitch,
it is definitely Bad Girls Club. I love like, Bad Girls
One thing
Club.
I hate, the craziest thing to me about BGC was like, why the fuck? Like, your entire premise of the show is let's get girls who have anger issues,
and then they fight.
And then they fight, and then you either get sent home or security breaks it up 2 seconds into the shit.
The most iconic one to me that I still quote like to
this day. I'm not a heroin addict, ho. That one was crazy.
No, it's
that one was crazy.
Where the girl's like, to you.
To you.
To you.
To you.
To you.
To you.
That was disrespectful. To you.
To you. Yeah. That one, you look hungry, bitch. Throwing, yeah, girl. There were a lot of baddies had a lot of really iconic things, or BGC did. Baddies does too, but like it's just drama at the end of the day. It's just like this person said this about this, or there was this post that they made, or you unfollowed me, or all this bullshit that just like, it's not for me. I don't think so. Versus some of my friends that really like watching it.
Too much yelling.
It's a lot of yelling.
The hearing.
It's overstimulating.
The hearing, mama, you know.
Oh, girl. And sometimes I'm like, I had breakfast duty this morning.
Oh.
This is what my breakfast duty sounded like. I started my morning with this. Can we shut this the fuck? Can we put on something a little bit softer? Can we put on some Aphex Twins, some Portishead? Can we just sit down, y'all smoke, have a couple shots, and then we can head to the club? Like, what are we doing? Like, why are
even going to the club? I'm like,
oh, girl, yeah. Ian and I had a stint where we were going out almost like every weekend.
I'm not doing that.
And it was fun. But now I'm like, because like, I love being the DD. I will always let myself be the DD.
And then you're the DD.
But the thing is, my friends know they're cut off. We talked about the Fab scale, which I would love to talk about on the pod eventually.
We will take up 30 minutes.
I can take up 30 minutes talking about, like, I need to get like a whiteboard, and I need to draw this out for everyone to kind of know the effects of feeling too fab. But yes, we were going to talk about road trips. We got about 7 minutes before we need to into the next topic.
To the history stuff?
No, well, 7 minutes of yapping, but
okay. Do you want to talk
broke ass road trips, or just broke ass trips in general? I think there is nothing more painfully 20s than fucking, I'm gonna go to the show with nothing in my pocket. Like, I've got maybe $20.
Yeah.
To do shit, you know? And I think it's different because everyone talks about the Miami trip. You take the Miami trip, but like no one's on the same page about stuff.
Yeah.
And when Ian and I took our trip to Miami, there were a lot of jokes of like, oh, what if we don't make it? Because like people always say like sometimes you don't make it. But I think the difference is like you just have to be upfront about stuff. Like, hey, this has to go on my credit card in order for us to go. I don't know if I want to do that. Okay, cool. If you have a good friendship, You can just be like, that's
Yeah.
not something that I
Yeah,
want to do.
because then you're like resentful and you're like
Hmm.
stupid bitch, but they have no idea that that's
Yeah.
going on.
The other thing is too, you get more than 3 to 4 girls. I feel like it's a girl thing too, because girls are a lot more
Yes,
messier.
yes,
Girls
yes.
are much messier. You get more than 3 or 4 girls who aren't on the same page. I just think that's gonna be
And their
drama.
periods are linked up, bitch.
When I was working at the mall,
Yeah.
the synchronicities would happen, and it would be bad.
Don't let us all be in our luteal phase at the same time, because
Luteal phase.
I will kill.
Yeah,
And
girl.
it's just, but I mean, like, I think there's shit that you can only it's acceptable to do in your 20s.
Yes.
After that, it's like,
Yeah. Like last year I quit my union job because that week that I left was the week that I wanted to go see Poison the Well in Glassjaw. And I was like, I am not missing these bands. These are 2 bands that I love. These are bands that I fucking love. And the previous week, my manager was cool about it. My manager, my director was so chill. He's like, this job is way too stressful. He's like, I wish I could not work some days, but like I'm an organizing director. He's just got too far into everything. Like he's too high up to leave, like without effectively everything falling in on itself.
that sucks. I would be
So
like,
so he was like when I told him like I want to leave, he's like, cool, do it. Like he's like, you're educated, you're very marketable, you know how to do these things. Like this is not the last stop for you. He
right.
was very supportive of it. So shout out to Kevin. Love Kevin. He's really awesome.
Let's
He's
go, Kevin.
one of my absolute favorite bosses that I've ever fucking had. He was super
But
chill, super funny.
if you were to do that in like your 30s, I'd be
If
like,
I was like 32 with like rent and stuff like that due, and that was one of the things too. He's like, you're living with your like no shade, but like you're living with your parents. You really only have your truck to worry about. You know, it's like
oh
you
God.
can do the you can do those kinds of things when you're not fully. He's like, you just graduated college. Like, don't settle for something that isn't very fulfilling. So
I love that.
he and I like we talked for like a good hour and a half, and I was on the verge of tears, just being like, dude, I'm so
Aw.
stressed. Like this job is enough. He's like, it's not enough. He's like, I'm gonna let you know something now. It's not enough from where I'm at too. He's like, I can live comfortably, but it's still not enough to make it worth it at the end of the day. So he was very supportive of me stepping out. So that road trip, I had a solid $300 check. Yeah, girl. And then that following week, we had tickets to go see Charlie XCX. Baby,
I do
when I
remember.
tell y'all, pads were off. I was just like, fuck it. Everything's going on my credit card. It's all going. I racked up like $3,000 worth of debt that summer. Cause I was just like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get hired by like, especially like I left early April or like late April, started substituting in May, and then May you only have until like the week of the 20th normally
Yeah.
to get like the last of your shifts in. Am I boring you?
Sorry.
I can't pull that one with a lot of people, but that's my favorite thing. Am I boring you?
I'm like, nope.
It better whip you into shape, bitch.
It did. I almost stood up straight.
But yeah, May rolled around. Didn't the thing is, if like you know this now, if you're to pick up starting, first week of March, you're not going to get paid until the first week of April. So you're doing that first full time month of work, not getting paid. So didn't get paid again until June, and that was only $1,000 maybe. Like it was not a lot.
Yikes.
And I was like, well, half of this I'm just gonna go ahead and pay for my car. So there's $600 left. So it was just like, bitch, if I need to do anything, I'm just gonna put it on my credit card. Like that unemployed summer was fun. I have zero regrets. I had a credit card get sent to closure. I'm paying that back off now. But like I don't regret it. Like I don't regret it.
You have to go through these things to learn. Like
it's a learning experience. Like, it's growth.
Once you're like 30, we'll look back up on this like 10 years from now and be like, remember when we were
28 talking about
God,
this
I
shit?
hope that we're laughing about it and not.
I think we will. Yeah. I think like my biggest thing is if someone enters my life, they are never not considered friends if we don't have any bad blood.
No, I mean like I hope that we're at a good place in life.
Yes,
so we
I
can
would hope
look
so.
back and laugh. But even if you think about it, like back when we were 18, like the shit that we stressed about, it's like Now it's like
it's like I
relax.
Even then, sometimes I'm like, do I? No, I don't want to go. I don't want to go back to being an anxious mess. Like, I'm so happy that I have worked past all of my anxiety that I had growing up. Like, that was not fun. Like, I couldn't drink fucking milk because it would tear my stomach up.
Oh.
I couldn't have fucking cold foam. You're telling me I couldn't have a pumpkin cold foam because it would ruin my anxiety?
That's me now.
Yeah, I think my anxiety just manifested a lot as like
no, I have gut issues.
Nausea and stuff like that. I don't. Well, I'm on antibiotics. Well, I finished a cycle of antibiotics, so
yeah, no, but
we're in the same boat. But
have you ever talked to 18-year-olds like now and like just
they don't care? At least the 18-year-olds that I've substituted for, they do not care. They just want to be on their phones because they were the generation that was like they really were like iPad babies, and then they were like Zoom COVID kids. So they just have zero desire to do anything aside from being on their phone. And that might be different. That might be different for other kids, but the kids that I've substituted for, they're just there's just like nothing going on in their head. Versus like the junior high kids that I substitute for now, they're talking about like, oh, I'm thinking about going to this college, and you know, I think I want to do something like medical field related, or you know, whatever they're thinking about doing. Super cool, super fun. I cannot have that conversation. Like, I substituted for at least like 4 or 5 maybe high schools. Chillest days. And low-key, sometimes those chill days really suck because it's just like you're sitting in quiet.
I never got to sub for high school, and I almost did it, but I just like, guys, subbing and working with kids is not for me.
And that's the thing. The first week of subbing, I was like, fuck, I need to get my teacher certification because I can do this for 30 years.
Oh, yeah. That was not me.
It's just not for someone. I immediately was like asking all my teacher friends, hey, how did you do this? Like, what steps did you take?
Did you ever do post-grad? Elementary?
Yes, I did. I don't think I ever did kinder, but I definitely did. I did 1st, 4th, 5th, 6th. I went back to our middle school.
That's crazy.
And it was... it made me feel so sick the entire time because I was just
really
assaulted and flooded with memories of being bullied, of being outcasted, of like just every bad thing that happened.
Sorry, someone coming in.
Just every bad thing that happened. Like I definitely had times where like I was laughing with other kids, but like I was never fully like in. Like I think middle school was really bad for me, but Bondi is when things started to get a little bit better, started to find more other like weirdo scene kids, and like we started to congregate. But as outcasted kids are, you're still bullied when you're not with your friends. 8th grade is when we started to see like a really noticeable upswing, especially after the play. I remember specifically the play where I was the wolf was when everyone just saw like a different side of me. Like they saw, everyone was like, oh my God, you were the wolf. And I was like, yeah, that was me. They're like, you were so funny. And like, things changed after that. And then especially after I did athletic training, it was, girl, when we did athletic training, there were guys that were like, hey, we bullied you in middle school, and like we're really sorry because you're super helpful. Like we can tell that you care about this. And like
I will spit in their water.
Well, we were cool with each other because to me, like I let high school be like a full reset for myself, for my friendships, for everything that happened. Which like honestly, being a 14, 15-year-old kid, I'm sorry, give me my props.
Yeah.
Like, cousin, bitch, now die today. Like Kevin, like he's like, die today. Like that's literally the energy that I'm on. Being 14 and being like, I forgive you. Like we're gonna move.
That's
past
very
this.
big of you.
That's huge. Shout out to 14-year-old me, because if you die, like I'm wishing death on people on the highway
and those kids
for not using their turn signals.
And
I'm
like,
die.
Those kids were no joke.
Ruthless,
they were brutal.
Bitch.
I mean, high school boys are disgusting. Period.
They are.
You were a trainer. What, all 4 years?
No, I started sophomore year because I would have done
freshman.
I maybe would have done it freshman year.
It was so fun.
It was so much fun. Sophomore year wasn't the best because the senior girls were really mean to me. Like they just made me do everything because I'm like the only guy that's over 5'10" and weighs more than 200 pounds, so I had to do all the physical labor.
As you should.
But no, I'm a girl like everyone else. Like, what are we doing? Like, you're making me haul.
You were like, "What do you mean, diva?"
You want me to haul the water jugs to and from the football fields?
Well,
if I wanted to do physical labor, I would have joined football.
Right. It would have been amazing.
Girl, I would have killed football. I would have been a fantastic center.
I don't know what that is.
That's the guy that snaps the ball. They wanted me to be center. They either wanted me to be center or the person. They just needed bigger dudes, especially our senior. Girl, trash. We were so fucking bad. We won 2 games. I remember by that last game, the coach was just like, I don't know what to say to y'all anymore.
We were trash. We were known for being
that
garbage.
Was a literally after homecoming, I think that coach just kind of gave up because there was nothing he could say that got through to them. And I think that is like everybody I've told that to agrees that is more crushing and more like.
Did they get it together after that?
No. Our last game, I think we went like 5-40. Like we weren't getting beat by like 27-23. We were getting stomped. We were getting obliterated.
Why were the popular kids so popular if they sucked at...
Well, the thing is, after junior year, when the popular kids got their 4-year acceptance things, they dropped all extracurriculars.
Oh.
Like, do you remember the cheer team?
Yeah.
Like all the popular girls, all the girls that were popular but also semi-good at it too as well, gone. Same thing happened with football as well. Same exact fucking thing. Like anyone who was just remotely good after they got into their college acceptance, they were just like, okay, I don't really need this anymore. Which, kind of smart. Don't really need to do it for a year.
Yeah, I did training for a year and it was really fun. The tan lines were crazy.
Gnarly. Cat's eye gnarly.
It looked like I had socks on because
girl.
It was...
I'm still a super huge stickler about like, I gotta roast evenly. I gotta like I need to make sure that I'm like,
but it was so fun.
It was so much fun.
Hearing the tea from the boys' locker room because he could go in there. It was like the best because we never knew, and they talk shit.
They talk shit. They talk about which girls they think are hot. They said certain things about girls in athletic training. I said, hey, don't do that while I'm here. Those are my girls.
I would have been so, but you
Those
said
are my girls.
You said that they talked about me. What did they say about me?
They said you got a fat fucking ass. I was like, oh, that's my sister.
I would have loved to hear that in high school. Let me tell you something. If he would have told me that in high school, I would have been...
I can't hear anything else.
I would have been gagged. I would have been like, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, but athletic training was a key. It was a slay. It was a ton of fun. We fucked around like...
Oh my God. Do you remember those vines?
Yes, we made vines.
I wish.
And the coach's grill. I think junior year was the best. For me.
Helen crashing the
girl.
You have got to talk to Autumn about that because she will piss herself still talking about that.
So that's why I'm a super huge advocate like now in like my junior high telling kids like get into an extracurricular. You might be at school for an extra hour and a half sometimes. That like if you want to make friends,
it's so
find
fun.
An extracurricular, find a club where you are given the space to talk freely, more like just all of the rigidity and all of like we only have 45 minutes to talk to each other and like get to know this person. All of that goes away with an extracurricular, and especially when you're in an extracurricular where like everyone is at least semi interested in athletic training, or if you're doing like HOSA. Or Ready Set Teach, or I forgot STEM, all about these, like all of these things.
Best memory because
I'm girl, like, I work in a school now, so like these are.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, HOSA.
It's like all coming back to me. Mm-hmm. Do you know that I went to my nephew graduated from Memorial last year?
Yes.
And I went to their senior walk. Mm-hmm. And by the way, they're very strict with like guests now. Like we had to wait outside. Right, I get it.
Well, no, finish your story, but. It happened in Pasadena Memorial.
What?
It caught up. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
Complete your story.
So I went to his senior walk, and we had already been graduated for like 9 years at that point.
Crazy. Did you get invited to the Facebook group?
No.
For the
No, but I've seen people make posts about it.
I'm not going to that shit.
Did you get invited?
Fuck yeah, I did. Because I still have people, like, the only people that talk to me, not even talk to me, just, like, follow each other.
I think I saw something of the sort from someone from high school inviting me into something, but I didn't even care to click in it.
Like, I didn't peak in high school.
I didn't either.
I don't really feel the need to go back.
I think it was, like, at the end of senior year where I was starting to get, like, a little bit prettier and getting into makeup, and, like, my body was developing a little bit more. But anyway, I went to the fucking senior walk, and I love senior walk. That was my favorite thing that we did.
Cried like crazy at senior walk.
It was the best. Like, I love the drum line, and they still do the drum line. Like, hearing it, like, seeing everything, and it looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
And then, like, hearing the drum line and, like, seeing everyone walk by, I was like, oh, chills. They wear different cap and gowns now, but
their color,
they're, like, all black now.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, why
they're all black with, like, blue.
Why the fuck are we having gendered like bullshit? Like, there is, because effectively as a school now you have to order two different. Like, you need to fuck around at the logistics.
I wanted the black one.
I think the girls were supposed to wear teal.
We did, but I wanted to wear the black.
Oh yeah,
because it would be more. Yeah, it would be cuter.
Right? I still have mine. I think I know for sure. I have my college graduate gown.
I don't know if I
had my first gen shawl. Yeah, girl. Y'all can't tell me shit. I'm a college graduate.
Me too.
Mwah, love.
Clock it. You have a 4, but I have a 2.
We don't downsize. College.
Yeah, but it's like
Girl, my 4-year degree was 8 years, which was not fun.
My 2-year degree was not 2 years. Let's talk about.
Well,
also because COVID hit, so I had no choice. But I don't know where I was going with this, but it's it was very like.
There was a sub position at Memorial, and I was like,
I think I did. I think I did have that option, but I was like, I don't know how I'd feel, because it's like going back to your I went
to Rayburn and Pasadena High School,
and
why is Pasadena High School kind of good? I don't know.
Is it?
It's an old, but I like old architecture, so it's like you can tell they made it in the 50s. There's lockers everywhere, and there's like the little window above the door. Like,
But like people we went to high school with, work at Memorial.
Crazy.
And I don't know how you do that, guys. Like, honestly.
I remember there was one guy when I was a sophomore. I think he was a senior, and then by the time I moved into senior, he was already back. 2 years. You waited 2 years to get a TA position. That's crazy.
And it also gives off like. Why?
Super senior. Like, I never subscribed to the idea ever. I remember in 7th and 8th grade, your high school years are never your best years.
No.
Like,
and if they
are, sorry, you peaked. If you're starting to catch feelings,
how's your life now? Angry, if they were,
if you're getting a little mad about it, maybe it's the truth. Hit dog gon' holler, like my friends say.
Hit what?
Hit dog gon' holler. Yeah. Sometimes we don't even say the whole thing. We're just like, some hit dog. Like,
some hit dog.
Something about a hit dog. I don't know.
But the crazy thing is that I think that Autumn had a really good high school career. Mm-hmm. Like, she was very, very outgoing and partied a lot. I wasn't allowed to party. My mom was very strict with me. But she still is doing great. But I think it's like a mentality. Like,
definitely.
Like,
I wouldn't say
she peaked in high school, because now she looks stunning and amazing. And like back then, we look at pictures and we're like, oh my god.
Yeah. Bless you. Bless you.
But I think it's a mentality for sure, because I know that some people were going to the football games still after we graduated.
Crazy.
Don't get me wrong, the football games were fun.
They were lit.
The varsity one.
Yeah.
And
they were lit and turned.
I almost begged my nephew to go to one, just so I can go and sit and be like, not next to him.
Yeah.
But he was so embarrassed of me and like so like ew.
Yeah. The kids want to be nonchalant now.
He wouldn't even let me bring him lunch to school and eat.
That's so crazy.
And I'm like, do you know I would die?
I'd die if my family gave me the grace of an actual, tangible, tasteful meal.
He's like, so you're gonna go there with me? With my friends. And I'm like,
okay, die. Like, I don't know what to say. I'm trying to make your high school experience better. And if you want to sit here and be nonchalant about it. And again, I think I'm like, damn, why don't like any of my family do that? Because this is my mentality. I'm like, okay, have fun sitting around, not eating anything, going into 5th period, fucking hungry. I tried to help.
You can eat lunch that they have there.
Hello.
I'm not going to give you anything.
Boots.
Because I wanted to sit and enjoy a lunch with my nephew.
God forbid I wanted to see my fucking family, but you think you want to be all nonchalant and all this shit.
So sweet and so nice. And when he told me no, I was like,
oh,
no. That's
the fuck do you mean no?
That's suspicious.
That's suspicious.
Yeah, but forget where we're going with the tangent again with high school. I have no.
Yeah, we lost that train of thought.
Anyway,
so
well,
we're gonna go on to what the more structured part of today's,
which is
pod.
our history topic.
Yes.
And this month you are doing.
I chose to do Black history, but specifically the women of Black history, which I think is something that's super, super underutilized and not talked about. Like, I definitely think that people care a lot about Black history. Like, I remember way back in high school, Autumn was the one that told me about Juneteenth. Like, it was not something that I knew about. So shout out to Autumn for keeping everybody woke. I remember she wore her Trayvon Martin shirt, and that made people like, oh my God. So like, shout out, like, I've always loved like people, and specifically Black women, who are just about it, like they don't try and minimize anything about it. So I chose 3 very important Black figures from history. I do have a lot of information about them just because I didn't know what the kind of vibe we were going to bring into this. But if you want me to go first, since I'm more prepared,
go ahead.
I'm down for that. So the first Black figure that I decided to go for was Malcolm X's mother. Malcolm X is one of my absolute favorite Black male philosophers, just because of him and Huey P. Newton. There wasn't a lot of info on Huey P. Newton. He's the guy who started the Black Panther Party. I've always been super militant and very like about stuff. I have to be very selective with my language on stuff because now I am an educator, and say one wrong thing and there goes my career as an educator in Texas. There goes Love Island. Fuck you. So I wrote down Malcolm X's mother. This is also kind of stemming off a book that I want to read called The Three Mothers. It's about, I think, Malcolm X's mom, Malcolm X's mom, Martin Luther King's mom, and James Baldwin, who is another one of my favorite Black philosophers, specifically because he talks about the intersection of gayness, queerness, and Black identity in the 40s. But the thing is, like, I'm more prepared because I've been about this shit. Like, this is just something that I've like, it's just kind of a part of who I am, being super into social movements and stuff. So Malcolm X's mother was Louise Langdon / Louise Little. Her early life, like her origin of birth, is still unknown because she came from freed slaves that were sent to Grenada, which is north of Trinidad and Tobago. So they were sent to this island. So a lot of her birth records, I think, just kind of got lost in that. So people theorize that it was somewhere in like the first week of November of 1894 or 1897. They still don't really know. There's still some people trying to get the actual like pinpointing her birth date. To freed slave parents, after the death of her grandparents at Grenada, they moved to Montreal, where she got a job working with the Universal Negro Improvement Association with her husband. They kind of got tired of the way Canada was handling things, which is something I am still interested in because there's so many leftists who talk about, like, sometimes Americans are like, God, Canada's so much better. And then there's leftists who are in Canada that are like, be very gentle saying that because it's not the best. So I do definitely want to understand more about just general North America, like Canada, Mexico, kind of political relations and culture and things like that. So they moved from Montreal to Philly and then Omaha. This all kind of happened within like a 6-year period, where Miss Little had a job working for reporting duties at the UNIA, the United Negro Improvement Association. And because of kind of their involvement with that, I think Malcolm X had 3 other brothers or siblings. Malcolm X's parents kind of instilled that idea of like Black pride in him at a very young age. And for all of these people, that's kind of like that generational aspect, which I think, kind of thinking to the time frame that this is in, imagine being someone who's like insanely pro-Black in like 1930. Yeah. Like that was like insanely progressive for its time. So that is kind of where they came from. Like that's how Malcolm X was kind of raised. having a sense of black pride from a very early age. The KKK and I think funny enough, they're called like the Black Legion or something like that. They're both pro-white hate groups that targeted their family kind of as they moved, and that was kind of the reason his family moved a ton, because Spot would get not necessarily blown up, but like, more people would figure, like more people in the KKK and stuff like that would figure out this is where they live, so they would be targeted and harassed, and then they'd move. So they stayed in Omaha for a while. And then in 1931, Malcolm X's father was actually killed in a car accident, which was the car accident really a car accident, or was it caused by the KKK? Very much that. So in 1931, that's when that happened. And then his mom actually was given an insurance claim in today's money of about $20,000, which, right, jaw dropping that, you lose someone and you get 20 grand.
Girl, today she would have been real good.
No, it's in today's inflation money.
No, but she would have
right. Right, something, yeah. So I'm not sure the logistics of life insurance back then. Yeah. Afterwards, she met a new man who was like a reverend at something. He got her pregnant and then ended up actually leaving her, and that got her into being institutionalized, which there was actually kind of like a lot of medical racism, and like Louise Little's story kind of goes into that, like medical neglect or just not listening to Black women when they go to a hospital talking about stuff. So she was actually institutionalized for 24 years. And in that 24-year span, Malcolm X had experienced medical neglect and racism, classism from the life insurance claim, being a migrant and all these kinds of things. That in that 20-year span is when Malcolm X started to really get into all of his politics and activism. And then after his 24 years, he rose to fame and fought with his family to have her released from her like institution, like wherever she was. Yeah, and then eventually she was released, and then she lived her remaining 20 years after that. So she did outlive Malcolm X from that.
Wow.
Super cool story that I read about. Do you want to go now? Do you want to like boom boom, or do you want me to do all mine?
Because mine are really quick. I just have. I'm also going to talk about and do a Black history thing, but it's 50 Black inventions or 15 inventions by Black people, not Black inventions. Already getting there goes Love Island.
There goes Love Island.
So I think they're really cool because I saw a TikTok about it and I was like, oh my god, there's so many things that we literally take for not granted, but like
it's just in everything.
Yes,
now. And it's
the Black people are those people.
Yup.
So the traffic light was created by Garrett Morgan in 1923, which is crazy. Automated elevator doors. Like, who thinks of like, you know what I mean?
I also think just like harkening back to this time, like before we had traffic lights, before we had automatic door elevator, all this shit that we're about to get into, it's crazy to think that like this invention just didn't exist.
Right. Like, what were we doing?
Like, what? I mean,
elevator doors.
Like, I know the elevator doors used to be like your bellboy that would do it.
Yeah.
But like the other thing is too, you had your bellboy there, and he just kind of had like two grates and the wall running for like run of the mill places versus like maybe like a higher end apartment or hotel. They'd maybe have like the gate and then some doors, maybe that he still had to manually do, but still like it was super hazardous. So
yeah, shout out to Alexander Miles.
Yep.
The gas mask, but also like Garrett Morgan. Wow, look at him. In 1912, the fire escape ladder by Joseph Winters. In 1878, okay. Automatic gear shift, Richard Spikes.
Richard Spikes. Shout out because hey, have you ever seen that video of the guy like he's like playing some kind of crazy ass piano and he's like pulling all the like, to me that is straight up what driving a manual is like. Don't ever ask me.
They're like, well, you have to shake it and
stop.
I'm not doing that.
I'm putting it in drive and I'm putting my foot on the gas. I'm not doing all this bullshit. So
I don't know if it would be cool to like learn.
No,
but
I don't think so.
Right. Is it raised my credit score? If the answer is no, then no.
Then I don't give a fuck.
Wait, is my mic off? Is your mic off? Is it green? Mine's bitch.
How long has that been going?
It's the influencer in him.
That's also just like something I kind of picked up on. It's my favorite fucking thing. Well,
okay, I'll just talk.
I don't want to share, so.
Okay, I'll just talk with them, or maybe it could be on.
It should be. I mean, I feel like we're past that point of technology where.
Yeah. Whatever, I'll hold it for show. Railway telegraph system. How do you say his name?
Grayville T. Woods.
No,
I don't. For me personally, I wouldn't buy a computer if I didn't know how to operate it.
The thing is,
that's just me.
I like to mind my business, so that's crazy.
One thing about me, I'm going to be in everybody's business. Please cut to the clip of me talking in the first episode where I'm looking in your cabinets. Yeah. So one thing about me, I'm in everyone's business.
I myself. So the airplane toilet system. Ooh,
boots.
We appreciate that one.
I think the person who invented a toilet as well, like modern plumbing, is also black.
God, where would
we'd still be in France throwing our shit out the second story window. Yeah, girl. Since we want to talk.
The home security system by a woman, Marie Van Britten Brown. Come on.
Wow.
Let's give it up for her.
Love a black woman from forever to forever.
The modern ironing board. Sarah Boom. Of course, a woman. Yes. I mean, like, duh. The clothes dryer. Oh.
Clothes would smell like outside regardless.
George Sanson.
I think about how funky everybody was back then.
Yeah, no, really.
Pre-deodorant, just everything, dude.
Look, they got the mop on here.
Yes.
The mop by Tom Stewart. Dustpan by Lloyd Ray. The
fountain pen.
Chair. That's cool. Like,
yeah.
That's really weird how we just like.
Pencil sharpener.
The pencil sharpener by John Lee Love. I love that.
Portable pencil sharpener.
Ooh, medical.
Let's hold that one for after my second one, because that's where that's a cool little intersection that I like. So the second person that I chose was Ella Baker. She was a part of the SNCC, the Student Nonviolent Coalition Committee or something like that. But it was essentially the kind of political party that helped back up MLK for like the whole nonviolence thing. Like they were the people that trained students how to be nonviolent. Like if someone's pouring a milkshake on your head and slapping you and pulling your hair, telling you to get out of the whites only seats, SNCC, it's called SNCC, SNCC. SNCC would be the students that led that essentially. Ooh. Like people, like I took a social movements course that I still love. Like that professor was phenomenal. Shout out to Professor Cherry. He's awesome. But he was very much like, you guys were probably trained, or like you had schools kind of telling you that like Rosa Parks was tired. No, the fuck she wasn't. She was like insanely trained, like in a part of all these kinds of very interconnected like networks that taught you what to say, how to be ready. These are like your legal things. Like the civil rights movement was a lot more like networked than it's given credit for. Like these weren't just random people walking off of the street. Like Ella Baker was a part of the NAACP, and she flew from New York City down all across the South, met people, got them to get memberships, got them to do all these things where they could have a more cohesive network, essentially, of people who were ready to mobilize for a demonstration. And that's kind of what led to demonstrations being so successful, is creating that. I also really we'll get into it, but I really enjoy Ella Baker's kind of philosophy in politics, which is one thing that I adopt for myself, but we'll get to it. But Ella Baker was born in Norfolk, Virginia on December 13th, 1909. Her father was a laborer. She was a streamlined ship worker, but needed to move because there were some racial tensions that were rising. So there were white ship workers that thought that the black ship workers shouldn't get like first dibs on shifts because they're black at the end of the day. So caused a whole race riot that eventually caused them to move down to North Carolina, where she eventually met her grandmother during that time. And her grandmother would talk to her about stories of her grandmother being in slavery. Like her grandmother was whipped and beaten because she chose to not marry another slave that their owner had kind of like set up for them. Like that was kind of one thing that her grandmother would talk about. She eventually graduated from Shaw University in Raleigh, North Carolina, with valedictorian honors. A lot of a lot of Ella's work starts like post grad. Like she's like a lot of her stuff is later in life. My last person that I have, a lot of her stuff begins like super early in life. Ella worked with the National Negro News, the Young Negro Cooperative League, where she became a national director, and she also worked with the Workers' Education Product of the Workers' Progress Administration. So this was all kind of like labor relations, and I feel like that's kind of stuff that people tend to forget about. Is like a lot of these things are built in super leftist policy of like worker rights, worker regulations, like how to better yourself while still also not being exploited for your work. And that's another, I feel like, facet of like learning true history about this stuff, because they don't want you to know about labor relations. They don't want you to think that you can organize and do all that kind of shit, because you know, why would they want to? Where did I leave off at? Baker actually kept a lot of her marital and personal life secret, which a lot of people ended up following suit, because a lot of politics of this time was wrapped up in a lot of, we would call it today like respectability politics. Like you need to look clean, you need to look like you go to church and you're a part of the nuclear family, and you know you have a husband that you're like subordinate to, and this, that, and the third. Ella Baker did not really adhere to that. She's like, y'all don't need to know anything about my personal life. You don't need to know who I'm dating. But like that shouldn't diminish my position within this kind of space with that. In 1938, she went to go work for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP. And she worked her way towards the director of branches in 1943 and deeply believed in a bottom up social change. So she believed more in like a grassroots movement and not so much like the opposite, where one figurehead could be the person to like lead stuff, which I also think is something that's super, I think, important in today's day and age. With as far as like social movements go, we just need to like organize people. She advocated for a decentralized approach, so not having that single figure, or you know, we have a headquarters only. I think NAACP's headquarters was up in New York, so she didn't really want that. She wanted there to be just like all these different branches that were kind of like, why would someone in New York City know what's good for someone in Houston? Well, how could someone in Houston know what's good for something in Birmingham, Alabama? You know, these are all different cultures. These are different labor relations. These are like, all three of those cities also have different race relations as well. So locally, it just kind of needs to be addressed on that level. And that kind of, is that a real bird or is that an alarm? Real bird. I was like, wow, singing for us. And that kind of led her towards having more young people and women join the race relation movements as well, which was also considered uncouth. Men should be the one to do it. A lot of people tend to downplay a lot of heteronormativity and a lot of patriarchy that was in these kind of movements as well. And it also just shows that no movement is ever 100% perfect, you know. And I feel that civil rights is one thing that was kind of postured to us growing up, is like, this is the movement, everything should be this way, whenever in reality there were people who were still critical of it. There were people who thought that there could be change within the change system. And I think that people like Ella Baker was super critical in doing that, because she eventually had to step down from her membership, or step down from her full-time position in the NAACP. And she ended up having more of that grassroots approach, because she had to eventually take care of her niece, her nephew, someone who wasn't her own direct child. And she kind of spearheaded that more. Egalitarianism is what that refers to. Just, we need more people doing these things for each other, which I think is super sick. And it's something that I personally adapt into my own political beliefs. And I love Ella Baker for what she did. She was super awesome. Shout out Ella Baker. Ooh, what you got? Turn? Yes. Okay. Cut. Can you fix the light? It's all on you. I don't really think the light should be all on you. Oh. Yes. Yes.
Okay. We're gonna do more facts. So this is medical and scientific contributions, blood banks, and plasma preservation. Which honestly, I donated plasma to go to Puerto Rico last year, and I love Dr. Charles Drew now because he really, really, really did that for me. So the other one, cataract laser surgery device, Dr. Patricia Bath. I don't have problems with my site,
Hopefully.
but shout out to her.
Legally Blonde.
The first successful open heart surgery, which is really cool, Dr. Daniel Hale Williams. Imagine doing an open
heart surgery. That's like, still something that's super delicate. And 1893 too is crazy.
Oh yeah, I'm forgetting to say the date.
The timing, bro.
Disposable syringe, Bill Brooks. So what are you talking about? We had.
It was. Syringes? I think we just had. I think back then it was like more of a metal casing, and you would screw on.
Oh, okay.
But that's still unhygienic. Yeah. But you also have to think. Back then, people didn't really know.
The first large-scale human heart surgery by Vivian Thomas, and it doesn't say a date, but I mean anything with heart and surgery, shout out to you because bitch. Oh, they have like videos. Anyway,
being facetious, hashtag online, one of my favorite things.
Go ahead.
For me, okay. I say you do the tech stuff, because I see one person that I could give so many flowers to.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so the first video game cartridge. This is not gonna work. The first video game cartridge is Jerry
Lawson.
And that was in the 1970s. Mm-hmm. Wow.
That was pretty much so. Like the Atari was like the very first gaming station. So him.
I actually know some lore about Atari. The guy I used to work in the same like office. He subleased an office space for my boss, and his wife was like the VP of Atari.
Crazy.
She was like in all that mess. Like they lived a crazy life. Like
I bet,
the stories that they have are insane.
Shout out Jerry Lawson. Been the source of a lot of stress and some of the absolute best points of my life. Aww. I love video games.
The modern cell phone microphone, which was James West in 1964. Shout out to you, for real. The three-way cell phone communication. Oh, wow. See, I didn't even know, like...
Yeah. You used to be only able to call 2 people at a time, which is crazy.
And that was in 1887. Caller ID and call waiting, Dr. Shirley and Jackson. That's crazy.
Like, again, we used to call people without any kind of caller ID. Who is on my phone? Who is this on my phone?
Literally. The Portable Fax Machine by Grantville T. Woods. If I'm butchering these names, I'm sorry, y'all.
She was in ESL classes.
I should have been, because I'm dyslexic and ADHD, OCD, ABC, 1, 2, 3. Like, I don't know if you want me to get into all of these.
There's a couple of that next section, the food one. You can do that. And then we'll go into
food and agriculture innovations, peanut-based inventions, George Washington Carver.
We all know him. We all love him.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like if you were to ask someone on the street, can you name a black inventor? George Washington Carver invented peanut butter is going to be kind of like the most superficial one that people know.
I didn't know that. That's cool, though.
Well,
no,
did you watch The Proud Family growing up?
No.
Yes, there was an entire episode about George Washington Carver making these little peanut creatures. They were so cute.
Well.
But yes, that's one that I learned.
I'm uncultured, I guess.
It's like one of the only Disney things that I actually enjoyed, this Proud Family.
Aww.
Yeah, I hated Disney growing up, though.
I can't relate. I loved Sweet Life on Deck.
Fuck you. My sister, it was also low-key because, like, on one hand,
the Sprouse Twins.
It was because my sister was Disney. My sister was Disney. I was Cartoon Network. We could both agree on Nick. Like, that was kind of our organization. So I hated Disney.
Man, the cartoons back in the day,
I've been rewatching Chowder a ton. Chowder was gas.
Did you ever watch Foster's Home for the
Yes, that was that one I save for like rainy days. That's like my comfort cartoon.
The Grim Adventures of Billy and
Yes,
Mandy.
my mom hated me watching that one because she didn't like the depiction of a Jamaican Grim Reaper on the screen. She's like, that's death.
Please,
that's
Griselda.
Death. What are we talking about? She didn't like me having Yu-Gi-Oh cards because it was like spells and like Egyptian Book of the Dead type shit. Yeah.
My mom thought Hello Kitty was demonic Because it didn't have a mouth.
Not me. I was a Sanrio house down.
Well, no, we loved it for a second. Then someone told her, and of course she believed it. So, where was I? Refrigerated Trucks by Frederick McKinley Jones. The ice cream scoop. Okay, Alfred L. Crail. Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
The modern potato chip. George Crumb. What a name.
I'm not well. Could be why it's called Crumbs as well.
Oh.
But listen.
Oh.
Max. I mean, that's probably why it is.
Yeah.
But like, my boyfriend can attest to it. If you give like, if I grab a bag of chips, there's not a lot of junk food that I can just like. Bitch, potato chips. You give me a bag of barbecue chips. You give me the chile limon ones.
I'm
hungry. Give me a bag of Takis. My favorite Takis are the zombie Takis. Have you had those?
No.
They are gas. They're cucumber habanero and they're bright green. They are fierce.
Takis are amazing, but they really do
hot Cheeto, specifically hot Cheeto puffs. When you put them in your mouth and it just crushes into like a little LSD tablet. And I feel like you're just getting your life. But I also specifically really like hot Cheeto bag of bones. Like, I'm not super big on junk food like that.
I am.
I'd rather just have like lunch meat and some crackers. You know, it's just a
very
little
white
bit better. Very white.
His dad is white.
My dad is white. My dad is white, and he's also the baby of our family. So he got nothing but junk food growing up. I'm talking like Little Debbie snack cakes, like soda. His favorite drink is like grape juice or like grape soda. Like he just loves grape stuff. Like,
do you guys
candies,
still have a lot
cookies,
of snacks at
pastries? Home? Yes.
I need to come over.
You should, because my parents just went grocery shopping. My dad loves like the little powdered donuts.
We should film this at your fucking
house.
house.
Girl. No one would shut the fuck up if we did it in my house.
Really?
Like, what are you doing? Mom, we're recording a podcast.
Mom, my friend is here.
Like, we're recording. Everyone shut up. Like, and then we'd have cats crawling everywhere. No, this is much more fierce.
My mom's house. Oh,
yeah,
please, girl.
But my dad was like, he's the baby of the family, so he immediately got that. And then he just, there was always, like, even when we lived with my grandparents on my dad's side, Little Debbie snack cakes everywhere. You ever get into Vienna sausages?
Yeah.
That's one thing I haven't had in a while. Loved Vienna sausages growing up.
And Spam.
Ooh, yeah. Spam was eaten pretty. Bologna. We were a bologna family.
I think we were
Bars. Bar-S.
Probably.
Ooh, good as fuck. But anyway, yeah.
Crumb. He actually invented it. He created it accidentally by trying to satisfy a picky customer. Shout out to that picky customer.
Chips are one of the few junk food things. This is where I was going with that. Chips are one of the very few junk food things that I can sit and like.
It's so easy.
Like, I'll just eat and eat and eat, and then I'm like, oh, I just killed a whole bag, and now I want to go throw up. Like, I feel gross. But that was so delicious. You ever get an let me not. What's your favorite candy?
See how we just like will.
It just can go on for too long.
Whatever, and it's like, okay, wait,
do that last one.
I don't care about the sports much. Although, shout out to y'all.
Fashion and beauty.
The fashion and beauty, you know that's where.
Okay, we'll do that one next. After my last,
how many you got?
I just have 3 because I knew mine were a lot. But my last one is
this
one
is your last
that
one?
yes.
Oh,
she is a little heavy just because she has lived. And she is living such a life. I think she's 82. The one and only Angela Davis, the author of Women, Race, and Class. She's probably written some other books, but that's the main one. A lot of these are based off of books that I want to read and I have an interest in. So this is just kind of getting my foot in the door with those. Angela Davis, born in Birmingham, Alabama on January 26, 1944. She was actually raised in a neighborhood that was known as Dynamite Hill because there were so many bombings in that neighborhood. As she grew up. She also grew up in a segregated elementary school, and her mother was active in the Southern Negro Youth Congress that held communist teaching that helped shape Angela's beliefs. So I just like highlighting all this stuff because for me personally, I wasn't raised in a super politicized house. We never talked about like my mom, my grandpa, or my grandma's immigration status. It just was like never brought up. Politics was just not a thing that was really discussed in our house. But it was never like you should never explore politics. Don't think one way or the other. I was kind of given a blank slate, and I ended up kind of going down a more leftist route, which for a man being raised online is kind of like very rare because 9 times out of 10 you end up being put down the alt-right pipeline where you just kind of adhere to like straight up Nazi beliefs and things like that. So I think it's really cool that there's other people out there who were raised with these like pro-black, pro-brown, leftist leanings and teachings, and family who are in those things, and it kind of shapes who you are and kind of puts you down the road with that. She also, shout out to the fucking Girl Scouts of America. Angela Davis talks and gives props to the Girl Scouts of America and also shaping hers. So buy your goddamn cookies. And on that note, can we please, 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 please stop referring to the Girl Scouts as those little bitches that sell cookies?
I never did that.
People are weird about that. Like, I know it's funny, hee hee ha ha, it's a joke, but like, Girl Scouts are one of the very few things that are like super positive for little girls. And it is so like it fosters them to get into STEM. I have never liked that. I'm like, y'all are weird for saying I need to go find those little sluts that sell their fucking
I'm sorry.
The 9-year-old?
My sister? Just kidding.
Like, girl, yeah. So
but if it was boys, those young gentlemen,
the entrepreneurs, girl, die. Mm-hmm. Davis also attributes her time, Girl Scouts. During her time in college, Angela Davis met Herbert Marcuse, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, at a Cuban Missile Crisis rally, and she attributes Marcuse to being essential to her activism. She flew to she moved following this professor. Like, this is a professor that had like a really deep, like, good understand, like just something that someone who she resonated super well with. She followed him, I think, to San Francisco and stayed as she stayed as his understudy for 2 years, which is crazy to think that you have someone who's so academic that makes you feel like doing those kinds of things. She eventually studied in France for a portion of her degree. And then after the Birmingham church bombings, Davis began contemplating more on philosophy. She was a French major first, but she kind of got more into philosophy once she kind of saw the effects of, just genuinely racism and hatred that was happening all across Birmingham. And then she also spent time in Frankfurt, Germany, and saw the way that East German specifically, that's the communist side, the way that they kind of handled remnants of fascism and things like that at the time. And she also saw what SNCC was doing, SNCC, and then also the budding Black Panthers as well. This all kind of coalesced to get her super interested into like more activism and things like that. And you want to talk about Miss Worldwide? Bitch, it's Angela Davis. She went to the Soviet Union. She went to East Germany. She was in Cuba. She was all across America. She, like, out of everyone that I had, I literally, like, there would be too much to talk about for the things that she was able to accomplish and who she got to talk to and the things that she's gotten to see. There was a portion of her time post-grad where she was convicted of being connected to the killing of a judge because the two boys that carried out the killing had guns that she had bought the previous day. Her charges got dropped, but seeing as she was a part of all these different left-leaning parties, some of them had ties to the Communist Party across, which, back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s was like a death sentence. But she never cared. She continued to kind of go down her own path. She traveled all across America, essentially kind of like running from the cops. So she had kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde moment going with that. She had charges, but they were eventually dropped. She got to visit Cuba, and she she went to Cuba to speak, but she couldn't even like start talking because people were so enamored with her, like the Cuban people. And Cuban people of all shades and creeds and colors were celebratory of the Black woman, which was not happening in America, especially a left-leaning Black woman of the time, like out feminist. Like, she was, I have kind of just wrapped up in everything, any kind of in all, she's deeply interconnected and intersectionalist with all forms of injustice across the globe. She was speaking on Palestine way back when, like, she had family and friends that were talking about the BDS boycott and all those kinds of things. 9/11 and the war on terror, she was against that way back, like right in like 2002, which, crazy time to be vocal about those kinds of things. Just kind of any social issue of the past 20th century, Angela Davis has been on top of, and for the most part has kind of been on the right side of history with those things. She's also just kind of a connecting theme with a lot of these people is just a lot of labor relations. A lot of these women are very studious. They're very, very educated. Not to say that if you don't go to college, you're not educated, but it is definitely an aspect to that. And it's why I'm a super huge advocate for academia simultaneously happening with advocism, because you are able to better articulate your ideas. You get to study abroad and you see the way a different country and culture handles right-wing beliefs or hatred and intolerance and those kinds of things. And I think it's super, super awesome. I want to learn so much more about so many different people, but I just wanted to let kind of my very first time doing something like this highlight just 3 specific Black women that I think are so fierce and
Love that.
literally everything that I think people should aim to be whenever they want to do some kind of advocacy or anything like that. So shout out to Black women.
Mm-hmm. All right. We're
And
gonna
our
do my last
last
2, and then we're just gonna wrap up and do
I have mine, but other people don't come prepared.
what, the love it or hate it.
Uh-huh. Because
Yeah,
that's
I
been
don't. I'm like, what the fuck do I love? What the fuck do I hate? I don't know.
I got
But
mine.
the last 2 are for fashion and beauty innovations, and they are for synthetic hair weaving by Christina Jenkins in the 1950s. That's wow,
Multi-billion-dollar industry now.
literally.
And that's with money that's reported. That's not including your cousin that's
Mm,
doing shit out of her apartment.
okay. The Hot Comb
Hot
by
comb.
Madame C.J. Walker, which is, everybody knows a hot comb. Like, hello.
Mm-hmm.
Permanent hair weave machine, Marjorie Joyner.
Cool. I'm gonna shout out this last one because as someone who loves music, electric guitar pickup, Robert F. Fleming Jr. We wouldn't have panic chords. I wouldn't have breakdowns. We wouldn't have hardcore. We wouldn't have metalcore. We wouldn't have black metal. We wouldn't have riffs.
We wouldn't have Caleb.
We wouldn't like that's one thing that I think a lot of people kind of fail to remember when it comes to like hardcore, and they think that it's all white boys club, which like a majority of it is, but this shit is built on the backs of like poor Black and brown people who are just pissed off at the system, and a lot of the time there is a pretty big intersection with queerness.
I wonder if it's called patented, so like he'll get.
It probably is. A lot of these things, just kind of during this time in the 40s and 50s, are when patents started to roll out. So because there's no inventions, anybody can invent something, have a patent under it, boom, all yours.
I need to invent something.
Crazy.
Patent it.
Yes.
All right.
Let's get into our last segment. This is one as a hashtag real hater. You give me any credence, any kind of clearance to talk about things that I just love or hate. I'll be thinking about it, and I'm gonna keep going on with it. So my love it list, top of the line, Bunny Bowl. Hello, Benito Bowl. So good. Oh my god. I was like, I think that it's just, I'm not normally one that's all for like love and light and peace and like love translate, but that was like a super important thing right now.
You already know Benito how I feel about Bad Bunny.
Like and that's the thing. I wasn't raised around a lot of Hispanic music. My mom played a lot more R&B, so I'm more akin to like Robin Thicke, Boys to Men, Tony, Mariah Carey, bitch. Mariah Carey, always be my baby. Some Sade. That's the kind of shit that I was raised around.
Really? Your mom even? She didn't have any Mexican music playing?
She did, but it was just, I think it was just the thing of like, we're undocumented, so like we don't really want to lean fully into that. Around high school, when I started to be like, hey, what's this crazy Day of the Dead thing that they're talking about in school? And like me trying to take Spanish and like, for me at least, actively taking steps to learn more about my culture and my heritage and like where my family's from, like what kind of things did they go through. Like, I guess because I showed a little bit more, I guess, interest in it, my mom kind of opened up more towards that. It was definitely around high school, like when I started to be more politically woke and more like open about things. That's kind of when my mom started to play more Hispanic music and stuff like that.
And she wouldn't be playing Bad Bunny because older women hate Bad Bunny. I love your mom for that.
Mom loves
Bad Bunny.
She almost wanted to go to a Rosalia show.
Oh
Yeah, I was this close to buying her tickets too. I was like, would she? She's like, no, not really. But she
should have.
loves La Rosalia. La Rosalia.
But she's not Latin, so whatever.
Spaniard, mi colonista.
Colonizer.
Yeah. But yeah, Benito Bowl. So fierce.
I traveled to see that fucking show last year in Puerto Rico. I will
Mm,
never shut up about it.
yeah,
It was
that's
the time of
a
my
good
life.
fucking show to have. And I just think that like it just again just with the current climate of everything, I think we just need like there's so much trauma and strife right now around being a brown person, like being Hispanic or being from like Latin descent, that seeing like a huge celebration of Hispanic culture and a whole fucking halftime show in Spanish. Like that's so wild. So fucking wild. Also, shout out to Lady Motherfucking Gagita showing up. Like that was so fierce. Yeah. She ate
her little salsa.
She ate down boots. She ate down boots. Like she's Italian, and Italians are kind of like spiritually Mexican at the same time. You know, it's all kind of like as long as you're not a fucking Anglo-Saxon person in America,
right?
Like it's like we're all in this together, kind of shit. Speaking of Lady Gaga, the song "So Happy I Could Die." Oh my god, I know you don't really fuck with Gaga like that, but like I was just listening to Fame Monster, which is the EP this comes off of. And I was like, damn, dude, she's like 22 writing this shit. And there's so much just like it's pop music, but there's so much layer and texture and just.
So let's just do a rapid fire because I'm starving and it's.
Oh, she's mad now.
3:39.
I can talk so much longer. But yeah, So Happy I Could Die by Lady Gaga. I listened to it like 10 times in one day. I was like, damn, it don't get any good. It don't get any better than this. My last love it and hate it is one that I have. It's simultaneous. So my hate it. Antibiotics, low key, like I know Max is gonna be like, that's not how antibiotics work. Like, I think we need to make some kind of like discriminatory, because like, why the fuck am I sitting here like shoveling kimchi and like drinking a bunch of fucking kefir to like rebuild my gut microbiome because I had to take a bunch of antibiotics? Like, or like, why haven't we made an antibiotic that's like a little bit gentler? But you know, like, there's been so many medical advancements. Why have we not done one for that? Because here I am damn near 3 weeks after my fucking surgery and my stomach is still in shambles. Like, it's getting better slowly but surely, but 3 weeks is kind of crazy. Like, I'm literally suffering from dehydration.
We could have done with 1 week.
I thought it would be done with 1 week, but I guess not. Selfie sticks. I don't know. There's just something about them that's just kind of low vibrational that I just thought about. Like I don't know. I also hate the term selfie. I hate the chain smokers. Let me take a selfie. Like, it's just not.
I feel like if you have a selfie stick, you're probably racist.
Like, and the other thing is too, y'all can check my Instagram. I was ahead of this trend 5 years ago, and I think people are finally starting to catch up. Set the timer up.
Oh yeah.
Put your phone on the timer, or you can hit record and you can do a bunch of screenshots.
I do that.
That's the way to do it. Or you set up your timer, you hit that 3 seconds, you hit your post, boom, done. I just don't like the whole. I like where we're kind of in like this post selfie renaissance. I love doing the 0.5, like from back. That's my favorite fucking thing. And then one of my second to last hate is people with their read receipts off. I don't know. Me personally, I like when people enjoy to know that I've read their message and I've gone out of my way to actually read the things, especially people that I claim to be friends and family that don't have their read receipts turned on for me specifically, because I know you can go into those settings. But, you know, some people like to be more secretive than me, and I think that that's fine. And then my last love it and hate it is Whataburger, because I've been a long time Whataburger lover. Always have loved Whataburger. I was there for the spicy ketchup when it was like super limited, and bitch, I was like, can I have 8 spicy ketchups before we head out? And they were generous. They would give it to me. I love Whataburger when it's hot. When it is hot and fresh, bitch, because I went to one over in Cyprus with Max and his family, or like Max and I went on the way back down, and I was like, this burger hurts to hold. And like, I don't know how your Whataburger experience has been, but like my Whataburger's been warm. It's been a little hot, but like I can't bite my burger right now because it's steaming hot.
That's how you like it?
I took that first bite and I was literally transported back to like 2017, 2018, like after a hardcore show. And I'm like, fuck, dude, this is what Whataburger used to be. Like, this is really fucking good, but this is the standard that y'all were at. Like, I have to let my food cool off for a minute before I start shoveling it down my throat. Love it. Monterey Mel. Holy shit. Best burger in the game. Ooh, my pussy throbbing. My pussy throbbing right now. But hate it simultaneously because, like, why is my cheese not melted? Why are you putting 2 fucking tiddlywinks of fucking jalapeno ranch on my Monterey Melt? Like, what are we doing? Why are we getting rid of the Monterey Melt to begin with? Get rid of, like...
They're getting rid of it?
It comes and goes, bitch. It should be a part... to me, at least in, like, the South region, the southern more regions, or at least in Texas, at least, the Monterey Melt should be an all-year thing.
Why? Because it's spicy?
I feel like it makes sense. Like, it's good.
Yeah.
But it's also just fucking delicious. But, like, you know, I love and hate Whataburger.
I love Whataburger. I haven't had it in a minute.
That's the thing. I've always kind of had a lot of Whataburger, obviously. But I enjoy food. And I enjoy working out simultaneously. But, like, dude, when Whataburger fails, like, when Whataburger, like, breaks its ankles, like, not hitting the fucking landing, it's bad. Like, it's genuinely bad. And I'm like, damn, me being unapologetically Texan with so much shit. Like, I literally have the Texas outline tattooed on me. I fucking love being Texan sometimes. When I tell people go to Whataburger and then I eat Whataburger the next week and it's cold, oh, now you got me looking dumb. Because I went out of my way and I gave you free promo and here you are making me look stupid.
Now you're embarrassing me.
Because the other thing is, too, I don't know how you feel about In-N-Out.
I like it.
I like In-N-Out. And the thing is, In-N-Out is very consistent. Every time I have gone, the soda has been, it's got that good snap to it. It's got that stiff carbonation to it. The shakes are bomb. The meat is hot and fresh. I can get grilled onions on my shit and it's not fucking taken away routinely every fucking year as it seems that Whataburger's doing. And bitch, I'm sorry, the animal fries are bomb. The animal fries are bomb.
And we got one right here now.
And that line might get long. That line goes quick. That line goes quick. And they also pay their employees really fucking well. You get like $22 an hour working there, which is so fierce. I mean, if you can get in, I feel like it'd be a pretty hard job to get. I feel like every fucking job is hard to get right now. But, you know, when we see, it's always kind of been In-N-Out versus Whataburger. And as far as now, post-COVID, post-private equity buyout that they've had, they're not family-owned. They're not Texas-operated anymore. And I'm sorry, it fucking shows. Like, it shows, like, let's ask the audience type beat. Like, it's just not good anymore. But, bitch, when it hits. I'm like, bitch, come and take it. Come and take it. Like, that, I'm fully Texan again whenever Whataburger is really good. And I'm like, I want all California.
He's red-blooded when that.
I'm a red-blooded Texan. I'm voting for Hot Wheels every single time, bitch. When that Whataburger hits, when that sweet tea leaves like a coating of sugar on my teeth. And why the fuck are you giving me 2 spicy ketchups?
That pisses me off.
Can I have extra? No.
Why?
It's ketchup. What are we doing? Like, it's so dumb when private equity comes in and genuinely ruins shit for profit. You're already an established business. Why are we taking things and making them worse? You're not giving out free fucking condiments, number one. Your food isn't fucking hot. You're making it more expensive. The wait times are fucking atrocious as well. Why am I waiting 45 minutes for a fucking burger that's going to end up being cold? Because y'all mass produce everything and you leave it in a warmer and it's not made fresh to order anymore. Like, you know, as a hashtag longtime Whataburger lover, seeing their fall from grace has been like heartbreaking. But then it's like an abusive relationship. I'm real right the fuck back in when he give me that good dick. When he give me that good dick, girl. Oh, that dick got me. He
thinks it's funny, isn't
it? But like, I don't know. Yeah, I have a very strange relationship with Whataburger and the way that they run their business. They could have me by the throat again if they give me the experience that I had these last couple times.
Yeah.
Like if they really got
that's fair
together.
Yeah.
If I burn my mouth on my Whataburger the next 3 times, I would probably knock it back up a couple notches. But as it stands right now, I had one good experience. And the last couple times were just not good for me.
Well, hopefully.
Hopefully. And
crossing my fingers for you. Yes.
Supplement my income. Let me do some yapping. Let me get all these crazy thoughts that I have from out of the shower and out of my brain and scream it into the internet. And this is also kind of punk as well because there's so much AI bullshit going on.
We might be AI. You never know.